Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Brothers and sisters, welcome to my stream. Um, Today's stream is going to be a very unique stream. It's going to be based on the positions of Mirza Gulam Qadyani and his, let's say, extraordinary views which are against Islam anyway. But first, we're going to start with something which the Qadyanis seem to really don't like. Qadyanis seem to run away from this hadith. So the hadith I've posted here is from a longer narration, but the part we're looking at among that narration is from Abu Dawood. The hadith number is the 4239 and the book is 36. You can find this hadith in the website of sunnah.com and other hadith websites. So I'm not making the hadith up. This hadith is also mentioned in Jami at-Tirmidhi and Sahih Muslim. The same hadith, but the wording is a bit different. So the hadith that I'm posted in front of you is a hadith that the Qadyanis seem to run away from. They refuse to even look at it. Because what does it do? What does this hadith do against the Qadyanis? So the Prophet ﷺ said, and Imam Sayyidina Suwaiba mentions this, that there will be among my people 30 great liars, the Dajjaliyun. He uses the word the Dajjaliyun, each of them asserting that he is Allah's prophet, meaning they announce prophethood in the time of Rasulullah's messengership. The Prophet ﷺ called them Dajjaliyun, the Dajjals, the great liars, deceivers, who claimed to be prophets when they have no authority to do so, not from the Prophet ﷺ, nor from Allah. Then the Prophet ﷺ qualified it. How did he qualify it? He says, whereas I am the seal, Khatim al-Nabiyyin, or Khatam, or Khatama, all of them mean the same thing, last and final prophet, after whom La Nabi Abadi, there will be no prophet. Meaning no prophet of Allah will come after Rasulullah. Because Rasulullah ended the chain of prophethood. He ended the prophet granting of prophethood with himself. Allah ended it with him. After whom Allah will not grant prophethood to nobody. There was nobody else to come after him. This was the truth in matters in relation to this. Yeah? Now, this hadith is a very important hadith for all the Sunnis to take. I suggest the Sunni brothers to take this hadith and keep it. Save it on your phone. Should you ever get into a discussion with a Qadyani, the very first thing you must say to them, this hadith, and watch them squeal. They will not be able to get out of it. The answer is already there. They'll say, oh, but this hadith is only one. No, it isn't. This has been narrated by three ulama of hadith with different chains. You know, they lie. Oh yeah, it's only one hadith, only one hadith. No, it isn't. It's three hadiths from three different books. You know? So this hadith is again, I'll explain it for the brevity of the viewers. This hadith is very clear and it shows you the liars will assume announcement of prophethood, announce prophethood. And they say, we are prophets. Whereas the Prophet ﷺ said there is no prophet after him. That there is no announcement of prophethood after him. Now, in relation to Sayyidina Isa ibn Maryam, they will then say, okay, fine, we agree with you. But then how does Sayyidina Isa ibn Maryam come? Okay, Sayyidina Isa ibn Maryam, alayhi salam, is going to come as a Khalifa of Rasulullah. He is going to be in the Ummah of Rasulullah, as a follower of Rasulullah sallallahu. He'll pray to the Qibla of Rasulullah sallallahu. He will not bring any new Shariat or any new prophetic job. He won't be doing a prophetic job. He won't be announcing his prophethood because he was a prophet before Sayyidina Rasulullah. He done his prophetic job towards Bani Israel and then Allah raised him to the heavens. That job is done. He is coming back as an Ummati Rasulullah. He'll be an Ummati of Rasulullah. the greatest Khalifa of Sayyidina Rasulullah. Because after all, he's still a prophet and he's Ma'soom, you know. But he is the Ummati of Rasulullah. He'll be supporting the deen of Rasulullah, as mentioned in Surah Imran, verse 81, when Allah took a covenant with all of the messengers and prophets that if Sayyidina Rasulullah is born, in your time you are to support him and give up your prophetic job, you know, and after him no one else will come. He'll be the confirmer. So this is the reality of Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam. He is the Taj of Khatim and Nabuwat. He proves the Khatimiyat, the last prophethood of Prophet ﷺ as being the last prophet. His announcement will be he'll be arriving. That's all that will happen. That Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam will arrive and the people will call him to go in front and he will not go in front. He will say, I am the follower of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Let Imam Mahdi lead me. That was the only time he'll obviously let Sayyidina Mahdi alayhi salam will be leading namaz at that time. Yeah, but the point of that event will be so that the people will see he's not come here as a prophet to do a prophetic job. He's here as a Ummah Rasul. His status will be a prophet, yes, but he is not doing a prophetic job. So this does not go against Khatamiyat. Now, the hadiths have mentioned this goes against Qadyani, Mirza Gulam Qadyani, or Mirza Gulam Sundi. His real name is Mirza Gulam Sundi Qadyani, not Ahmed. Ahmed came later. But Mirza Gulam Qadyani said very clearly in 1901, I am a prophet. God has told me I am a prophet. In 1901, he said this. And also, a narration, another thing he said in his book, which inshallah I will show here in my, this is my server. I'm going to show you Mirza Ghulam Qadyani, which I've collected, alhamdulillah, a lot of things I've collected on him, where he claims not only prophethood, and the Qadyanis do a lot of dajjal, a lot of, what's the word for it? A lot of running away. Now, in this screenshot, which I'm showing here, if you can see it, now this is Mirza Ghulam Qadyani in his Ruhani Khazain. There's the evidence. There's the scan page. It's not nothing come from my side. This is from their website, from his work. You can find it on the website on that page. If you think I'm making stuff up, there's the evidence. So Mirza Ghulam Qadiani very clearly stating here, they say he's only a prophet, according to them, only a prophet, a non-Shari prophet. Okay. So explain to me, why has your Mirza Ghulam Qadiani also said he is a messenger of God? That God has sent him and made him a messenger. Why are you lying to the people? Why are you lying to the Muslims? Why are you hiding this from your Qadyanis? Someone who claims to be not only a prophet but also a darajat higher than a prophet, which is messengership. And we know what messengership means in the Islamic terminology. It means someone who Allah reveals a book to and a new sharia to. And Mirza Ghulam Qadyani is clearly stating here he's a messenger of God. So this is the first kufriyat. Well, second kufriyat after he first claimed to be a prophet. Then he claimed right after that he is a messenger. And this is from his work. And only once has he claimed this. There's another part of the same book where he says here, look, this is not me making stuff up. This is scan page from the same work. Look at that. The true God is the God who sent his messenger to Qadian. Clear cut. This is Mirza Ghulam Qadiani saying exactly what the Qadianis don't say. When you show them this, they don't want to talk about it. Why is your guy claiming to be a messenger? And a messenger is superior to a prophet. For they get what? They get the new book and a new sharia. That's the definition of a messenger. A prophet gets revelation from God. Yes, that's about it. But a messenger whose darajat is more along, more greater in status than a normal prophet. They get a new sharia. They get a new book sometimes. But they get a sharia, new laws. So Mirza is saying, I am a Shari prophet. Which you Qadyani say, no, we don't believe in him being a Shari prophet. He was a Ummati prophet. How does that make sense? Even Ummati prophet doesn't make sense. But the point is, they do a lot of Dajjal. Whereas in Islam, prophethood has ended with Rasulullah. Messengership and prophethood has ended with Rasulullah. There's no prophet or messenger after Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi salatu salam. So this is Qadyanism. They hide the truth. They don't speak the truth. Now, I wish to mention something. There's so many, so many things I wish to show you. Now, I'm going to show you that Mirza Gulam Qadyani used to drink alcohol. So, in Maktabat Ahmad, Volume 4, page 248 and 249, Mirza Gulam Qadyani, here is the evidence here. I've got the scan pages there, but the evidence is here in English. He's talking to one of his disciples, Dr. Khalifa Rashiuddin, one of his followers. He says rupees 29 a cent has been received and has been distributed as desired, as advised by you. I have stopped taking Arke Kafar extract and started using cocoa wine as Kartik emulsion instead. Now, cocoa wine. Brothers and sisters, cocoa wine in 18, which I have actually mentioned here by doctors and them, inshallah. Just hold on. Cocoa wine itself, the Qadyanis obviously do not know what cocoa wine has in it. I'm going to show you in the cocoa wine, a brief history, which is done by some, researchers. Here is the very important point. Cocoa wine had cocaine in it. In 1863, had 21 milligrams of cocaine in it. So Mirza Ghulam Qadiani used to take wine with cocaine in it. Cocaine is drug intoxication, an intoxicant which is haram in Islam. Even taking wine is haram, but having an additional, drug in it, this is what he used to take. And if you look here, however, it's surprising to know that once I used this, Mirza saying this, next night I felt a great distress at night. I felt myself very hot. I wished to remove all of my clothes out of my body and out of body heat. I don't know why I was feeling so hot when it was so cold. People were using warm clothes. So the point is, his felt his pulse rate going up, and it was high. So this is all symptoms of taking cocaine. Someone who was on a high, he was high. Mirza was very high, and he took this cocoa wine. Cocoa wine had cocaine in it. Now tell me, I don't need I say more. After what I've shown here, I've shown you three kufriyats. I've mentioned regarding him calling himself a messenger, and then obviously I've mentioned we all know he claimed to be a prophet in 1901 and a messenger as well. I showed you the scan pages of that. Now I've shown you him, you know, taking haram substances and drinking wine, cocoa wine. Not only did he drink cocoa wine, he didn't stop there. This guy didn't stop there at all. He also took tunic wine, and he used to tell his people, meaning his disciples, to go get tunic wine. Obviously, the Qadyanis don't love to mention this stuff to their followers. They refuse to mention this stuff to their followers. And there's a reason why they will never ever mention this stuff to their followers. There's a specifically perfectly good reason, because this makes Mirza look bad. Now, I wish to mention something else. This is a scan page. This is something the Qadyanis will not mention to their Qadyani followers who don't know how to read Urdu. In Sirat al Mahdi by his son Bashir Ahmad M.A., quotation 910, Dr. Abdul Sattar, through written, stated that his daughter Zainab stated that I was in the service for 3 months with Mirza Gulam Sundi. I used to swing fan, etc., and such services to him. Sometimes midnight used to pass or more while swinging him fan. I did not feel any kind of fatigue or pain during it, but used to get happy with joy. 2 times I had the chance to give service with while the night from Isha prayers till calling of morning prayers, etc., etc. Non-mahram used to get services from Zainab Begum, which is a non-mahram to him. Why is somebody else's daughter with him in midnight? This shows that Mirza used to do night duties with non-mahram women. And then I'll continue showing another important point. This is all from the works. Now, Mirza Ghulam Qadyani, this is mentioned here, it's here, Zikr Habib. When it was reported in 1926 how MJ seemed to fall in love with a certain Miss Rose from America. That Mirza, around in the year 1902, there was a lady in America by the name of Miss Rose. I started corresponding with her for the purpose of tabligh, meaning his dawah of his jamaat of the Qadyani religion. When we would receive letters, I used to translate and read them out for before MGA. This is his disciple saying this. And she became known by the name of Ms. Gulabu, Rose in Urdu in our gatherings. Once it so happened that Ms. Gulabu placed petals of flowers in a letter, and seeing them, MJ instructed to preserve those flowers as they in a way fulfill the prophecy, meaning they will come to you from every distant track. Those flowers are safe with me to date. Mirza used to fell in love with a woman called Miss Rose, an American woman, which is all here. There's the scan page in Zikr Habib. This is one of their, what do you call it? One of their uh, disciples or followers of Mirza, who was a companion to Mirza, and he's saying this. Now, Mirza used to fall in love with women, he used to do haram things. Now, I'm going to mention something else. Mirza Ghulam Qadyani in Azala Oham, second part, page 506, Rouhani Khazain 3. I have not made anything up. I am reading directly from the works of Mirza, scan page, clear cut, Kufriyat. Mirza is denying the verses of Quran. So Mirza Ghulam Qadyani in this work, he says, and remember that those 4 birds that are mentioned in the Holy Quran are that if they are separated, that is, they 4 of them were left on the 4 mountains and came on calling to them, that was a signal towards Amal al-Tarab. Mirza Ghulam Qadyani called it mesmerism. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. And he's referring to a verse in Surah Baqarah, verse 260, when Ibrahim alayhi salam said to Allah, my Lord, show me how you give life and death. Allah responded, do you not believe? Abraham replied, yes, I do, but just so my heart can be reassured. Allah said, then bring 4 birds, train them to come to you, then cut them into pieces, scattered them on different hilltops, then call them back, and they will fly to you in haste. So you will know that Allah is almighty and wise. So, according to Mirza, this is mesmerism. This is not a miracle. This is a mesmerism. Allah played a trick on Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. This is a denial of the Quranic verse. Muslim scholars, all of them said, from Ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhuma, from the Salaf al-Salihin, mentioned you'll find it in the books of Tafsir, that this is a miracle of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, where he put 4 different birds. You know, in fact, I can show you the evidence of what the scholars have said, but you'll find them Ibn Qasir and the Tafsir of Marif al-Quran and different tafsir under this verse. They mention Ibn Abbas talking about 4 different birds were put together and mixed together, and Allah, and what he did was he called out to them, and they all came to him, all being reenacted back into birds by the leave and power of Allah. This is a miracle of Allah Azza wa Jal for his Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. And this guy has committed kufr. This is against Islam. This is not Islam. This can never be Islam. Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhuma is saying something else, and Mirza Gulam Qadyani is saying something else. Who are we to follow? The companions or this guy who came 1400 or 13 1400 years later and made up his own religion? This is kufriyat. No Qadyani can answer this. Now, I've shown you this now. Alhamdulillah. Now, Mirza Ghulam Qadyani said a lot of things, you know, which I wish to show. Mirza Ghulam Qadyani Izala Oham in Ruhani Khazain, volume 3, page 140, Izala Oham, page 76 77, English edition. This is according to Mirza Ghulam Qadyani. Astaghfirullah Azim. Look at this lie. He's made a lie up, and no Qadyani can show us this. Three names are mentioned with honor in the Holy Quran: Makkah, Medina, and Qadian. Mirza Ghulam Qadyani is saying Makkah and Medina is mentioned in the Quran, which we agree with him on. Makkah and Medina is mentioned in the Quran. But he mentions a third name. Mirza Ghulam Qadyani does mention Makkah and Medina, which we agree with him on. He was right on that point. Up to that point, he was right. Makkah and Medina honored in the Quran. But then he says Qadian. He says Qadian. Mirza Ghulam Qadyani says Qadian. Qadian is also mentioned with them. Where in the Quran? Can you show me? Where in the Quran Qadian is mentioned? Where did you get this from? This is kufr. This is kufr akbar. You blasphemy. You lie on Allah. This is a direct lie on Allah Azza wa Jal. This is against Islam. Blasphemy. This man was making things up. He lied on the Quran. He lied on the Hadith. Then, look what else he says. Mirza Ghulam Qadyani, can any Qadyani philosopher please show this hadith by Holy Prophet ﷺ, as Mirza Ghulam Qadyani has written? The Holy Prophet ﷺ informed them that solar eclipse will be at the time at the appearance of the Mahdi, a mid of eclipse. In Rouhani Khazain, volume 8, page 209, Nur al-Haq, part 1, part 2, which is the second part. Mirza Ghulam Qadyani is making up another lie of a hadith that doesn't exist. Can any Qadyani show me this hadith? This is kufr. He's making lies up. Rasulullah ﷺ said, whoever makes a lie against me, book your seat in the hellfire. And it's not the only lie he's made up. Then he also made up another lie in the Quran. Rouhani Khazain, volume 19, page 5, in Qadyanis. This should be remembered that in the Holy Quran, as well as in some pages of Torah, this news is present that at the time of the Messiah Ma'ud, plague will happen. It is also informed by the Messiah alayhi salam in Injil, meaning Isa alayhi salam. Mirza lied on the Holy Quran regarding plague at the time of the Messiah Ma'ud's time. This is not mentioned in the Quran. This is nowhere in the Quran. It's not mentioned. Look, everything I'm showing, all of these scanned pages are from their works. None of it from my side. You can find it on the scanned pages and from their websites. There's no such thing. I've shown you 3 lies of Mirza Ghulam Qadyani. Well, 3 lies. Let me just show you something else. So, I'm just trying to find. Now, Mirza Ghulam Qadyani, here it is, in Rouhani Khazain, page 623, in Bahrain Ahmadiyya, part 4. Astaghfirullah Lazim. Even reading the statements of Mirza Ghulam Qadyani here, where he says all of this kufriyat, He states, God will rectify all your matters and give fulfill all your desires. God of the armies will concentrate on it. The subject of the sign is that the Holy Quran is the book of Allah and saying of my mouth. He is claiming with the scan page, you can read it there, that the Quran was Nazul on my mouth. Astaghfirullah Azim. Is this Islam? Is this man? And they claim him to be a prophet. They claim him to be a Muslim. Astaghfirullah Azim. I say to the Qadyanis, the sincere ones, can you honestly believe this man is a Muslim after saying statements like this? You can't defend this. This is kufr. My mouth, my mouth. He said the Quran is from my mouth. He's saying revealed on me. The Quran. He's saying the Quran is revealed on me. This is kufr. Now, also, Mirza Gulam Qadyani was insulting the Ahl al-Bayt. This is mentioned here. I'm going to mention certain things. Here it is. In Rohani Kazan, volume 19, page 181. There's a great difference between me and your Hussein because I am getting help from God every moment. But Hussein, just recall the plains of Karbala. Till now you are crying, so just ponder. Astaghfirullah. He's insulting Sayyidina Imam Hussein, saying, I'm getting help from God, and Sayyidina Imam Hussein isn't in Karbala. Astaghfirullah. How can you defend this man? Then, to go one step further, if you were to look at what I've mentioned here, he also then respects Imam Ali and compares himself to him. In Malfuzat, volume 1, page 400. Forget about the disagreement of the old Khilafat, embrace the new Khilafat now. You have a living Ali referring to himself amongst you, and you shun him as seek a dead Ali. Astaghfirullah. Mirza is saying these statements in his works, these kufriyats, it's bad. It's unbelievably bad. You know, the then Mirza Gulam Qadyani is also insulting the Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi salatu wasalam. This very disgusting statement of his, the need of the promise of the second coming of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, meaning referring to himself as the second coming, due to the fact that the second official duty of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is completion of the publication of the guidance of religion, which should have been fulfilled by his hand, was not fulfilled. Astaghfirullah. Mirza is saying in this statement, after insulting the Ahlul Bayt I showed you, he insulted Sayyidina Ali and Sayyidina Imam Hussein, he insulted both of them. Then on top of that, he's insulting Rasulullah. He is insulting the Prophet ﷺ now. That the Prophet ﷺ did not complete his mission. Whereas we know Rasulullah completed his mission in his own time. The message went across the world in his time before he went. What are you talking about? What do you mean he hasn't completed the? You shows you have not read the Sirah. This shows you don't love Rasulullah. They talk about Mirza Gulam Qadyani was Fanna fil Rasul. No, he wasn't Fanna fil Rasul. Fanna fil Rasul means annihilated in the love of Rasulullah. This means to follow Rasulullah sallallahu. Not that you become Rasulullah sallallahu. Astaghfirullah. Fanna fil Rasul, according to the Sufi terminology, means loving the Rasulullah so much more than your parents. As mentioned in the Hadith, you love me more than your parents, your more than anything in creation. You love me more than your parents, your family, even yourself. You love me more than that. What this means is adhering to His Sunnah, adhering to the Shariat of Allah Azza wa Jal, and following Him to the best possible capability you're able to fulfill. And this is for Nafir Rasul, where the terminology came from on this hadith, that you love him so much that you become fanna in his love, annihilated in his love. Not that you become a second coming of Rasulullah, not that you become Rasulullah himself and say statements like kufriyat like this. You are misusing the terminology and lying upon the Sufis, the scholars of the Sufiya. They never said Fanafir Rasul means that you become Rasulullah, astaghfirullah. And I've seen a lot of Qadyanis defend Mirza saying, oh, he became Fanafir Rasul. Don't say this. This is kufr, from your point of view. To say statements and then twist them and to something which it doesn't really mean. The hadith that this is based on is on the hadith of loving Rasulullah more than yourself and more than your family, more than anything in creation, which what the scholars have said. It means you fulfill the commands of Allah and His Rasul. That's all it means. To follow Rasulullah sallallahu like as if you're seeing him in front of you. That's all this means. You know, not that you become him or a part of him come inside of you or two of you become one. This is not mentioned in any of the books of Sufiya. Anyway, that's a side point that I needed to clarify because they tend to use Fanafil Rasul, Fanafil Allah to twist the meanings. Astaghfirullah. I tell the Qadyani clergy to stop misusing the terminologies of the Sufiya. You're lying. Now, this is kufr. He is insulting the Prophet ﷺ. No Qadyani can answer this. No Qadyani can. By the way, I would give credit to Brother Ustad Imtiaz Bhai for giving me this, scan page to put on my Discord server. And I do have a Discord server which other brothers can, inshallah, join me on. Now, okay, sorry, brother. I'm going to give you the link. Javed Ali. So the point is, Mirza Gulam Qadyani committed a lot of kufriyats, you know, a lot of statements he's made, and I've only shown you one or two statements. I've only shown you only two statements, out of many. I've shown you many statements already. Assalamu alaikum, brother Javed. Welcome.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, brother?
Alhamdulillah, the stream is going well. I've shown them five, six, seven statements of kufriyat. Even
Subhanallah.
show them that Mirza used to sleep with women, their married women of his followers, daughters, used to drink tunic wine and cocoa wine. He used to have cocoa wine with cocaine in it.
Yeah, Coco wine.
Yeah, I've shown it to them, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the person was a drunkard.
And this guy insulted the Prophet ﷺ, saying that Prophet ﷺ did not fulfill and completed the message in his first term, astaghfirullah. And then
Astaghfirullah.
saying that he is now the second coming, completing what the Prophet ﷺ couldn't. This is a statement right here. I challenge the Qadyanis. What is this? What is the meaning of this? I know what it means. It's kufriyat, insulting the Prophet ﷺ.
Astaghfirullah.
Astaghfirullah.
This is a
Look,
call of the Rawafis who say the Anbiya made a mistake.
yeah, I want to mention something here, yeah?
Okay.
This is Mirza Gulam Qadyani's Jamaat. Jamaat. This is your Khalifa saying this. Your Khalifas. Your Jamaat. Shara of your Jamaat. Let's read what they say. In Rouhani Khazain 271. I've not made anything up. This is from their books. Rather, the truth is that the spirituality of the Holy Prophet ﷺ at the end of the 6th millennium in these days is stronger, more complete, more intense than in those years. Rather, it is like the moon of the 14th night. Now, let's see what your so-called Jamaat does commentary on it. In Fadl Qadian, 15th July 1915. In Kutub al-Hamamiyah, the Mirza Ghulam Qadyani explained the relationship between the first and the second advance of the Prophet as a crescent moon. The first advance of the Prophet ﷺ and the full moon second advance of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. Astaghfirullah lazim. What they're saying here is Prophet ﷺ was inferior to Mirza Ghulam Qadyani.
Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah.
I,
You know
I,
one thing, brother Maiman? The Qadyani, Mirza Qadyani, declared himself as Muhammad Astaghfirullah in Rouhani Khazain, Volume
yeah,
5.
I know. We're coming to that. Don't worry, we're going through it all. I'm going to show them everything.
The Qadyanis are going to die.
They are
Well,
not. This is why they refuse to discuss with me. This is why Xavier is one of the true Islam Discord server of theirs, the Qadyani one, the
True
owner of that.
Islam.
No, he came to my server and he saw these statements and I challenged him. He ran away. He left. Immediately left. He doesn't want to talk to me now. Then I'm going to show you something else. Astaghfirullah Azim, a statement. Okay, brothers and sisters, read this. Ruhani Kazain, I call it Ruhani Kazain for their sake, but in our point of view,
Tiny question.
it's Shaitani Kazain. This is Shaitani Kazain, not Ruhani. Yeah? Volume 19, page 71. Mirza Gulam Qadyani or Mirza Gulam Sunni. The reason why alcohol has harmed the European society is because Jesus, astaghfirullah, used to drink alcohol, maybe because of
Astaghfirullah.
an illness or because of an old habit. Astaghfirullah.
Whether this is a
Astaghfirullah.
call, yeah, whether this is a statement of the Christians who say the Prophet Isa alayhi salam was drunk, astaghfirullah al-azim,
And
and his
then look,
prophet.
but then look what he said. Oh, but oh Muslims, your prophet is free from every intoxicant and he is innocent, as he Muhammad Sallallahu was indeed innocent. So I wish to mention something here. Mirza Ghulam Qadiani is insulting Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam. Then on top of that, he is saying, referring to himself as a prophet, he is free from every intoxicant and he's innocent. Okay, first of all, you insult Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam and claim this is an ilzami jawab. Can you show me which Christian actually, even Christians admit that Jesus never used to drink wine. The Christian scholars. I'm not talking about Christians like God Logic. They don't know what they're talking about. The scholars of Christianity, yeah, the Protestants and the Catholics, they believe Jesus never used to drink wine. You know, so ilzami jawab can't be used. This is not ilzami jawab. This is him insulting Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam. Second, he calls himself someone as a prophet, meaning to himself he's free from every intoxicant. That's a lie. I just showed earlier he used to drink cocoa wine and tonic wine. So what the hell is that?
Yeah.
You know, so he lied.
Right.
This is kufriyat. This is big kufriyats. Now, another lie Mirza Ghulam Qadyani says here. Another lie, yeah? In
Okay.
published in Fadl, which is a Qadyani, one of his letters in 1924, Mirza Ghulam Qadyani, astaghfirullah lazim. Can you for even 1 second believe in this? He says,
Al-Fadl.
yeah, he says that Prophet ﷺ and his beloved companions would eat cheese made by Christians, in which it was well known that pig's fat was an ingredient.
Astaghfirullah.
And here is the evidence, right there.
Can you zoom in?
There.
हजरत सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम के सहाबा क्या आगे समझ नहीं आ रही यार.
It's right
This
there.
kind
Can you
of, yeah, it's kind of old
blurry?
script. Yeah, blurry scripture.
But it's can you read this part here?
Yeah, ईसाइयों के साथ क्या लिखा है, पनीर खा लेते थे. It's kind of blur, brother.
The point is he insulted Sayyidina Rasulullah and his companions and he lied that they used to eat pig's fat. Cheese that had pig's fat in it.
Astaghfirullah.
Unfortunately for the Qadyanis, I found out that Mirza Ghulam Qadyani used to eat biscuits. Now, biscuits, I have the statement here somewhere. Sorry, I have it on my TikTok, which I will inshallah add here. And this is
Inshallah.
mentioned, by the way, in my statement. Sorry, I'm just trying to find it. Just hold on.
Okay.
Here it is. So I'm gonna give you where this is mentioned in Sirat al-Mahdi, Volume 1, Part 2, pages 422 to 427, 2018-09 Urdu edition. You'll find this there.
Can you show the scan also?
I have it on my thingy. So what I'll have to do is first, I'm gonna have to, inshallah, I'm gonna have to save this scan on my thingy. I'll put it on my Discord server, inshallah.
Inshallah.
So inshallah, I'm gonna put it on my Discord server of where is it? Sorry, just hold on. I'm just putting it on my. All right. So I've got it on my Discord server. I just need to post it, inshallah. I'm gonna post it and I'm gonna show you the scan. So brothers, you can see I'm not making stuff up. So on my Discord server, here's the scan page. Here it is. So I've put it here. So brothers, you know I'm not making stuff up. I don't want people to think I made stuff up. Here it is. Can you read it? Okay. Can you read that, bye?
Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, can you zoom in?
It's not letting me zoom in. That's as far as I can go.
Okay. Can you zoom in more? Um, Siratul Mahdi, Volume 2.
Sirat al-Mahdi, volume 1, new edition, page 423, tradition
Siratul
447.
Siratul Mahdi. Let me search it on.
This is mentioned, and the English translation, I have it. The English translation of this.
Give me
So
a tab.
what it says here is, in the below you will see scans from Sirat al-Mahdi wherein it's stated that Mirza Gulam Qadyani would eat biscuit indiscriminately. In fact, MGA did not even care if they were made of fat, pig's fat.
Astaghfirullah.
So this is mentioned here, right here. The very thing he insults the Prophet ﷺ of, he's doing it himself. He insults the Prophet ﷺ and lies on him that he used to eat pig's fat. Astaghfirullah lazim. Biscuits, which, cheese, sorry, which was a lie. The Prophet ﷺ never ate, haram. Astaghfirullah
Yeah.
lazim. Prophet's a masoom.
Astaghfirullah. Yeah.
And Mirza is saying here in this scan page, no, no, no. I mean,
Oh,
sorry. In this scan page, the narrator is saying Mirza used to eat biscuits without caring whether they had pig's fat or not. He used to eat everything. I mean, look, if you look at the picture of Mirza, he's
yeah,
so
yeah, I found the page. I found the way. बल्कि विलायती बिस्किट को भी जायज फरमाते थे.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
उसके
Can you translate that into English for the brevity of the?
Let me share the screen. I can zoom it.
Inshallah, I'll let you share the screen.
Okay. Share screen. Can you see my screen?
There you go.
Yeah. There's a scan page. Sirat al-Mahdi, Volume 1, page 423. Take a screenshot. बल्कि विलायती बिस्कुटों को भी जाय फरमाते थे, इसके लिए हमें क्या मालूम कि इसमें चर्बी है, क्यों के बनाने वालों का अदा तो मक्खन है और हम नाहक बदगुमानी और शकूक में क्यों पड़े. लो जी. They are saying why would we doubt it that they put a pig skin or not.
Now,
I
mo-
Qadyani.
now I'm gonna show you something else. Something even, you know, I don't like taking a mick here, but I'm the type of guy.
Krishna Kanaya.
That's it. So now read. This is Mirza. Not to take the mick out of
अच्छा,
the.
I will read it. ऐसा ही राजा कृष्ण के रंग में भी हूँ. Wow. He's in the color of the blue god of Hindus who was a pervert. Uh, we will discuss it later. So for now we will focus on Mirza. खुदा का वादा था कि आखिरी ज़माने में उसका बरोज यानी अवतार पैदा करे. सुभान अल्लाह. ये वादा मेरे ज़हूर से पूरा हुआ. इन्ना लिल्लाहि व इन्ना इलैहि राजिऊन. Brother, explain it.
I'm gonna say, as mentioned in the English here, that's the scan page. Mirza Gulam Qadyani in Lecture and Sahil Court is saying, he was in the color of a Krishna Hindu deity and Krishna himself. Meaning, Mirza is saying, I am the reincarnated form of the Hindu deity god Krishna, Kanaya. Astaghfirullah.
The
Astaghfirullah.
Hindu god.
A Hindu god. This
Yeah.
is Mirzayat. Now I'm going to show you something else actually.
Can
Meet
you show the scan where Mirza got pregnant?
No, no, we'll get to that point. We'll get to there. But first we're going to look at this. We're going to look at
अच्छा,
this.
शख्स पाए में अच्छा क्या लिखा है? Mirza claimed in 1981 one of the person kissed my feet and then said I am a astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah.
That's where he said it. Look, that there. In Urdu, right there in yellow.
Yeah.
And then in only
It's
not
in
only
Farsi, brother.
huh?
It's in Farsi.
Yeah. And then Mirza also said this. Look,
Yeah.
he was in this revelation, and God has also called me the Baytullah. Astaghfirullah.
Astaghfirullah.
In Rouhani, uh, in about 1881, footnote 4147 in Rouhani Khazain. Astaghfirullah.
In Shaitani Khazan. Don't
Shaitani
say it wrong.
Khazain. Astaghfirullah. This is the statements of Mirza Gulam Qadyani. I even showed that he was insulting everyone. But then I want to show you something else he said. Something astonishing. So in Rouhani Khazain, Kitab al-Bariya, or Shaitani Khazain, volume 13, page 350, I am the self-implanted plant of the British government. Subhanallah.
Can you show the scan page as well?
The scan page I got for this is right here.
इसका खुद काश्ता पौधा self planted
Very
by
clear.
the British.
He clearly states it. This is the scan page of where he said this statement. Do I need to show anything else?
Hence proof Qadyanism is the son of the British.
Then also look what he says here. Astaghfirullah
Siratul
Lazim.
Mahdi,
Look what he says here, yeah? First read this part.
page 519. Okay. Let me open it.
You can read it. It's proper Urdu. You can see it.
अच्छा कि अगर ख्वाब में भी नज़र आए तो बिलअमूम से इससे मुराद हम व गम होता क्योंकि हज़रत फ़ातिमा की तमाम उम्र व तकालीफ में गुज़री और सही के मुतल्लिक फरमाते थे कि हमने जिसका नाम भी सही सुना है उसे बिलअमूम बरखिलाफ ही पाया है इल्ला माशाल्लाह.
Is insulting Sayyidina
सईदा फ़ातिमा.
Fatima. And then look what he says about the Queen. The Queen Victoria, the love of his life. The love of it. Look, read this.
What is the page number of this?
It's Malfuzat 203, Malfuzat page number 203. He says, for Mirza Qadyani to see Queen Victoria in a dream is a sign of help from God and want you to thank her for a 2-day stay in a dream. Astaghfirullah. So Mirza is saying Sayyidina Fatima dreaming of her is like bringing sorrow and stuff to your life. But apparently seeing Queen Victoria, who has no, the colonial Queen Victoria had no talukat, yeah, with Islam. But
No
apparently
relation to Islam.
seeing her in a dream and is a sign of Allah's help. Astaghfirullah Lazim. What is this? Why are you insulting Allah? Why are you insulting Allah and Sayyidina Fatima? You're insulting her. I wish to ask, does the Qadyani know this? Mirza Ghulam Qadyani was a British
Was
lapdog
Yeah,
at that time.
like the Wahhabis and the naturists. So Sayyid Ahmad.
Look at this. This is Mirza saying that he had naked relationship with Allah.
Astaghfirullah.
Look, read it. Read it yourself if I'm making this up.
Okay. ये खुदा का कलाम है कि जो मुझ पर नाज़िल हुआ और दर हकीकत मेरे और मेरे खुदा के दरमियान ऐसे बारीक राज हैं जिनको दुनिया नहीं जानती. अस्तगफिरुल्लाह. और मुझे खुदा से एक दहाई ताल्लुक है जो काबिल बयान नहीं. Not capable of being talked.
He's referring to this as naked relationship. And look what his own disciple said relation to this. This is the disciple, which is here. Here it is. Qazi
Islamic.
Dr. Muhammad Sahib Bil. Yeah, this is his disciple. His disciples saying, God revealed on Mirza Gulam Qadyani, referring to that page,
Astaghfirullah,
the
astaghfirullah.
page in
Brother,
the
brother,
update of
that's
revelation
enough.
has
That's
come
enough.
up. Huh?
That's enough. I won't want to read much further in this.
This is a statement of him saying God had expressed the power of manhood into Mirza. Mirza was a woman,
Astaghfirullah.
and God. Astaghfirullah Azim.
La
Qadyanis.
hawla wa la quwwata illa billah.
This is Qadyanism. This is why I call this stream Qadyanism Hidden Secrets. This is the belief.
Oh,
Mirza saying God is, astaghfirullah, according to him, having sexual conduct with him. Now, I wish to ask the Qadyanis, who is Mirza's God? Who is Mirza's God? Let's
I think the
see.
Hindu gods are.
Huh?
The Hindu gods are.
No, no, no. Mirza's gods. I'm gonna show you. I'm just trying to find it.
Okay.
Um, Sorry.
Jesus correct.
I have a lot of information on Mirza, and that's the. I'm trying to find. Mirza's character. I don't know where I've put it. Sorry. Just trying to find it. Just hold on, brothers. I'm just trying to find Mirza Ghulam Qadyani. That's it. Found it. So we are now looking at Mirza Ghulam Qadyani's God. Read this. This is Mirza Ghulam Qadyani's God.
इस मजमूम के लिखने के वक्त खुदा एक मिनट यार
Sorry, sorry.
एनी ओके नो प्रॉब्लम इस मजमूम के लिखने के वक्त खुदा मुझे मुखातिब करके फरमाया बलाश खुदा बलाश खुदा का ही नाम है मीनिंग द नेम बाल इज द नेम ऑफ गॉड अस्तगफिरुल्लाह
Keep reading and look what he says after that. That this is not a
ये
new.
एक नया इल्हामी लफ्ज है वाह कि अब तक मैंने इसको सूरत पर कुरान और हदीस में नहीं पाया और ना किसी निगह की किताब में देखा meaning didn't see in the Quran and Hadith, even in the dictionary also. अच्छा
Allah.
इसके माने
Allah.
मेरे पर ये खोलेगा कि या ला शरीक
So Mirza is telling us, Mirza Qadyani, sincere Qadyanis, please take into consideration now. Mirza is telling you that he couldn't find any of this name in the Quran or Hadith, not mentioned by Rasulullah, not mentioned by Allah Himself, not even mentioned in any dictionaries, that he apparently got this from Yalish. So now, whenever Mirza says God, we know now who is referring to. Not to Allah, is referring to Yalish.
oh यालिश ऐसा बालिश
Yalish is the God that Mirza used to worship. But it was not only Yalish he used to worship, there were three other gods as well. I'm going to show that today. Let's go to them. So, the first one is here. Read this one in Zikr Habib, page 181.
ओके रूहानी खजाइन वॉल्यूम 17 खुदा ने मुझे मुखातिब करके फरमाया यालिश खुदा की ना
No, no, no. This one, top one.
कालू काला
Yeah, read it. Look what he says.
कालू काला दरअसल अरबी अल्फाज हैं इसके मानी है निगाह रख ओ he's doing racism this guy is a racist who's calling black guys nigger
I'm going
ये
to say
खुदा
this.
काला का नाम है अस्तगफिरुल्लाह काला कालू
Kala Kalu. This is the second god Mirza used to worship. Second
काला
god.
कालू
Then, in page Ruhani Kazan, volume 7, page 663, look what he says now.
रब्बाना आज अस्तगफिरुल्लाह हमारा रब आज है
And then saying, I don't, मेरे को पता नहीं का नाम, इसका नाम का मतलब क्या है. इसका मतलब क्या है? Mirza saying, I don't know the meaning of this God's name. His God, his God. Then he says in the same one in Ruhani Kazan, volume 1, page 662, that God's name is Iyaj. So now I've shown you the four gods that Mirza used to worship. He used to use worship for.
Yeah.
Mushrikeen, he's a mushrik. He's a mushrik. You
Yeah,
know,
complete mushrik.
complete mushrik. Now, brothers, you ask us. Now I'm going to show you what did Mirza used to say in regards to himself, where he even claimed to be God himself. Astaghfirullah al-Azim.
This guy claimed to be a god.
Yes, now we'll read this in Urdu.
खुदा ताला मुझे मुखातिब करके फरमाता है कि तू मुझसे है और मैं तुझसे हूँ. आई एम फ्रॉम यू एंड यू आर फ्रॉम मी. ही इज ट्राइंग टू से दिस.
Hmm.
तो हमारे पानी में तू हमारे पानी में से है और तू मुझसे ऐसा है जैसे कि मेरी तौहीद और तू मुझसे इस मकाम. अस्तगफुरुल्लाह अज़ीम.
Astaghfirullah.
He is declaring himself as a god.
Yeah, I challenge the
The
Qadyan.
Junior Mirza did. One thing I want to add. The Junior Mirza took this from Mirza and said, "I'm a mini god in Jannah."
Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. You know,
Hey, wait a minute. Let me take a screenshot of it.
you want to take a screenshot of this?
No,
This,
no, wait. I will download from your server.
yeah. Then look what else he says here. Look what.
Okay. क्या यहाँ तक कि मेरी कोई ज़रा भी बाकी न रहे, मैंने अपने जिस्म को देखा तो मेरे आज़ा उसके आज़ा और मेरी आँख
Astaghfirullah.
उसकी आँख और मेरे कान. अस्तगफुरुल्लाह.
Astaghfirullah.
Complete tajseem and shirk.
Shirk. I have challenged Raziullah or Razi. Razi from Ahmadi Answers, who loves to talk and waffle.
Yeah.
Answer this. This shirk and kufr, answer it. And don't say to me, oh, this means fanna fillah. No, 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 this does not mean fanna fillah. Fanna fillah doesn't mean you become God, you idiot. Fanna fillah means you are understanding your position as a servant of Allah, servitude to Allah. Not that you become God, like this idiot said. This is kufr. No Sufi said this. You know? This is not fanna fillah. This is
And this is a
kufr.
challenge for the Mind Roaster Mir on YouTube. The Qadyani guy, Mind
Yeah,
Roaster
yeah,
Mir.
yeah. I'm gonna show you something else. This is in Tazkira, page 408. Yeah, I think this is Tazkira. Is this it? There it is. Can you
Yeah.
read that?
खुदा कद्यान में नाजिल होगा अपने वादे के मुआफिक.
Astaghfirullah.
That God will descend in Qadyan
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like his promise. As
Astaghfirullah.
promised.
Astaghfirullah. What he is saying, and when he says God, his God is referring to Yalish. O Iyaji, O Iyaji, O Iyaj, or Kalu Kalu. I don't know why he said Kalu Kalu. I
Kala
don't know where
Kalu.
that Kala Kalu, which means in Urdu means black person. I have no idea where he got that from. Yeah, I don't think he himself know what that even meant.
Yeah.
But
This is a
this
use of comic mind.
God, meaning Mirza's God, will descend in Qadyan as promised. Can any Qadyani show me? Can any Qadyani, Razi, that Mehr guy who got destroyed by Imtiaz Bhai in the thingy, in the debate, 2 days, 4 months ago, and ran off and refused to sit with Ustad Imtiaz when he mentioned all of this? Yeah, can he show me any evidence that the Qadyani God came in Qadyan as promised by your prophet? This is, by the way, he said inspiration. Whenever he says inspiration, he means a revelation that he got from his God. From his God. Can't any Qadyani show me? And if you think I'm making it up, there's the evidence. Brother here, Brother Javed has read it. Another thing I will make Brother Javed read this, Brother
Okay.
Javed. Read this, and you're gonna find what the hell is
Okay.
this.
मैं रसूल के साथ होकर जवाब दूंगा, अपने इरादा को भी छोड़ भी दूंगा और कभी इरादा पूरा करूंगा.
And then in the commentary, he himself does the commentary right here, down here.
Okay. इस वही इलाही के ज़ाहिरी अल्फाज ये माने रखते हैं कि मैं खता भी करूंगा.
Astaghfirullah.
मैं खता भी करूंगा. I will do
Astaghfirullah.
a sin.
Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah.
Or Qadyani will say, oh, it is khata ijtihadi.
Astaghfirullah.
Yeah, they will say it's a khata ijtihadi. Like
But-
the Ambiya.
But here's the thing. The apparent word of this revelation means that I will be mistaken as well as be right. That is, I will sometimes do what I want and sometimes not, and sometimes my will be implemented and sometimes not. When he said this by, when he said this, who he's referring? He's not referring to himself. Who is this referring to? So I'll tell you who is this referring to. He said, "Indeed, I, meaning God, am with the messenger." Yeah, and I answer, I make mistake, and I'm correct. Yeah, what Mirza is saying, that God is saying that sometimes I will be mistaken as well as be right. Mirza is saying, this is Mirza saying regarding God, regarding God, Javid Bhai. He's not referring to himself. He's referring to God. That God is saying this to him in a revelation. That I will sometimes be mistaken. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Can do Muslims believe Allah is mistaken in anything? Muslims, true
No,
Muslims. No. He's saying God can be mistaken.
astaghfirullah.
That's
Like
what
the
he's saying.
Rawafidu, like the Aqidah Bada, that God
Astaghfir,
can forget. Astaghfirullah al-Azim.
astaghfirullah al-Azim. Now look at this. Look at this statement. Look at this statement. Read this now. I'm gonna
Okay.
read this.
तो ये मेरे इल्हामात यसू के इल्हामात से बहुत ज़्यादा मेरी खुदाई पर दलालत करती हैं। अस्तगफिरुल्लाह।
This in English means my revelation implies divinity greater than that of the Christ. Astaghfirullah.
ला हौला वला कुव्वता
Allahu
इल्ला
la
बिल्लाह।
quwwata. I have not made anything up, have I? Whose works are this from? Mirza himself.
Yeah.
These are the works of Mirza himself. These are not my works. These are not the works of Javid Jawad by the works of Ala Hazrat Imam Ahmad Raza Khan. Like they can, turn around and say, "Oh, your Molvi said this." No, these are all from your own guy. All from your own guy.
Yeah.
Kufriyats. Then I want to mention something else. Something that is, you know, even I don't know how to even I don't even know what he meant here. But look at this. In Aina Kalamat al Islam, page 564, 565, Ruhani Kazain, volume 5, page 564 and 565. So he said, Mirza Ghulam Qadyani, I saw in my dream that I am exactly God and I believe that I am Him. Neither my intention remained nor any danger. In His capacity when I was God, meaning when I became God, wanted a we, meaning Himself, and God wanted a new system, which is Himself, is referring to God Himself, and a new heavens and a new earth. Thus, I initially created heavens and earth in an ijmali form in which there was neither any differentiation nor arrangement. Then I separated them and arranged them. And at that moment, I found myself capable of doing that. Then I created the first sky, and we had adorned the lowest heaven. Then I said, we will create humans with a portion of clay. Thus I made Adam. I created Adam in the best shape. In this manner, I became Khalik, a Khalik, Khalik. I became a Khalik, the creator himself. Adam Islam. He created Adam Islam according to him. Stuck. Bye. I'm not making this up, am I? Astaghfirullah. Mirza Gulam Qadyani is claiming to be the Khalik, and the statement of his is in this screenshot right here. Right here in this statement. You know, right here. The statements are all scanned, paged in my server. We'll wait for Brother Jawad to come back and he will read it for us. That Mirza Ghulam Qadyani is claiming to be the Khalik, the creator himself. This is Shirk al Akbar of the highest order. No Qadyani is able to answer this kufriyat. No Qadyani. No Qadyani on the face of this planet can answer this kufr. No Qadyani.
Can you zoom in? Can you zoom in?
Yeah. So he's calling himself Khalik here.
Wait a minute. Where is the statement of Khalik?
Huh?
और जब खुदा नाउज़ुबिल्लाह सुम्मा बिकुम था अस्तगफिरुल्लाह अज़ीम, क्या कोई अक्लमंद इस बात को कबूल कर सकता है कि इस ज़माने में खुदा सुनता तो है मगर बोलता नहीं? फिर बाद में इसके ये सवाल होगा कि क्यों नहीं बोलता? क्या ज़ुबान पर कोई मर्ज़ लाहक होगी? अस्तगफिरुल्लाह।
Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. The statements he's making is unbelievable. There's others. I've got other Quran pages here, which I'm trying to find that statement here of him saying his Khalik. Obviously, some of this state we'll have to read through some of this.
What's the page? Page
Uh,
464?
the
564?
page, the page is in Aina Kalamat Al Islam
أين
page five six
كلمات
four.
السلام?
Yeah, 565 564. But I don't know if Aina Kalamat is here. There it is. Aina Kalamat Al Islam. Is this it? Can you read that?
Yes. ورأيتني في منامي أين Allah. He's saying, I saw in the dream that I was like Allah. I was
Allah.
Allah.
And does he say after that, all of that he created the heavens and the earth and everything?
Yeah, he's saying that.
Where is the part where he says Khalik from here? I'm trying to find it in Urdu.
By the way, who wrote this Arabic? Mirza didn't.
It says one of his followers.
Yeah. Because Mirza didn't know Arabic. He used to
Yeah.
say, Al kattatu yuhadiga pucha laha. The cattle is moving its tail.
This is in Kitab Ain al Kalamat. This is the Kitab in Arabic where he said this statement of Khalik. There it is. Thus I became Khalik. There it is. The statement. Aina al Kalamat and Ruhani Zain, Volume 5, Shaitani Zain, Volume 5, page 565. You know, everything
565.
everything I'm saying is from Mirza Gulam Qadyani's works, which I've shown. The statements he's making, the kufriyats he's said, you know, it's unbelievable. I've shown you so much evidence, so much, fully referenced, fully scan paged. You know, this stream in 1 hour, we've shown so much. We've shown
Yeah,
six
we destroyed the Qadyanism.
in 1 hour. We've literally shown Mirza Ghulam Qadyani is, you know, out of his mind, absolutely out of his mind.
He didn't have a mind.
You know. So, brothers and sisters, are you looking for that page?
Nope.
So here he talks about him becoming a khalik. In this, sorry, I found it.
Yeah.
Here he talks about
ورأيتني في المنام أين Allah.
astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah.
Yo, Qadyanis, I can read Arabic too.
It's all here. All of what he's saying, it's here. That he became God and he created the heavens and earth and Adam alayhi salam, and then
Yeah.
after that he became the khalik. After saying he was God, how do you defend this? You can't defend this. You can't. No one can defend this. And what does
Yo,
that say?
yo, brother, when did the Qadyanis learn Arabic in the first place?
They to be honest, the Qadyanis don't know Arabic. They don't know.
Then how come they translated his work into Arabic?
I don't know. By the way, read this one as well. Read this.
ओके, खुदा ने इरादा फरमाया कि उसकी पेशन गोई को पूरा करेगा और आखिरी ईंट के साथ बना को कमाल तक पहुंचा दे, बस मैं वही इंटू अस्तगफिरुल्लाह फारदुल्लाहु अन यतमु अलबनाई व यकम्मिलु अलबनाई कहता है क्या?
Mirza is claiming that God has made him the last prophet, and that refers to that hadith where Rasulullah, I am the last prophet and the last brick. He's referring to himself
या
here. And I wish to ask, which Qadyani can defend that? Because
None.
according to Qadyanis, prophethood is still continuing. But according to your own prophet, it concluded with them.
Inna
Man,
lillahi wa inna ilayhi
Mirza,
raji'un.
Mirza, Razi, Saifi, all of these guys, they claim in their TikTok lives that Qadyanism or their religion prophets continue. But Mirza is saying, no, 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 no. I am the last prophet. So they're refuting, in fact, they are refuting their own prophet, saying that he's wrong. They're not
That's the
refuting us, they're refuting their own Mirza,
yeah.
you know. So now let's talk
There is
about
a idiom in Urdu. अपने
hmm,
पैर पे कुल्हाड़ी मारना.
oh wow, I didn't know that. What does that mean in English?
It means that uh, axe, striking the axe on your own feet.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. So now I'm going to show you something else. So Mirza said that was taught by others and lied about not being taught. So Mirza Gulam Qadyani said that he was not taught by anybody Quran or Hadith or anything. Here it is. Here it is. Mirza saying this in Rohani Khazain, page 394, I am a Sulla, volume 14, Shaitani Khazain. Here it is. There's the
Yes.
Urdu.
Yeah. It's kind of a blur,
Uh,
actually.
I can't do anything about the blur, and that's the problem.
What page is it? It is Rohani
Uh,
Kadain. Volume
394,
14?
volume
394.
14.
Okay, okay.
So I'm going to read it in English for the brevity of people. So I can say an oath, meaning he's taken an oath. Mirza saying, I take an oath on his God. That my condition is that no one can prove that I never, ever read Quran or Hadith or Tafsir, one chapter, or never been a student of any Mufassir or Muhaddis. Oh boy. How does it feel to be a contradictor?
Yeah.
In Shaitanic Qazain, volume 13, page 118, Kitab al Bariya, in the volume before, Mirza, in the footnote himself says, one Persian speaking teacher was appointed as a servant that taught me Holy Quran and few books of Persians. His name was Fazal Ilahi. Ooh, this is bad. This is bad. This does not even get better for them. Does not even get better for them. So this is in Bashir Ahmed M.A.'s Sirat al-Mahdi. Because what did Mirza say? Because he had read two books in English while his job as clerk in Sale Court as per Sirat al-Mahdi. So Mirza was also taught in clerk and Sale courts how to, you know, read English. He was taught how to read English. And Mirza takes an oath that no one taught him anything. He didn't read any book, Quran, Hadith, or anything. Magically understood everything. But he forgot what he wrote in the chapter in volume 13. But there was a Persian teacher that used to look to teach him Quran and Hadith. His name was Faisal Ilahi. He forgot about that. So Mirza is a liar, contradicted himself. It's a clear contradiction,
Yeah.
you know. And I have more, you know. Mirza also said, you know, sorry, I'm just trying to find it. This is something I wish to mention.
The
So
prophecy
Mirza,
of Muhammadi Begum.
no, no, we'll get to the Muhammadi Begum in the next stream I do on the so-called prophecies. Yeah, this is particularly in regards to Mirza's kufriyats. So Mirza Ghulam Qadyani said in Malfuzat, volume 5, page 554. Then the person named Khatam al-Khulafa in Quran is the same person named Messi Ma'ud in Hadith. कुरान शरीफ में जिस शख्स का नाम खातिमुल खुलफा रखा गया है उसका नाम अहदीस में मसीह माऊद
Musta'ud.
रखा गया है. Can any Qadiani show me where in the Quran we can find the name Khatam al Khulafa and Messiah Maud in any authentic hadith?
Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Amal Khulafa in Quran. Brother, I never read it in the hadith of the Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Not in any call of Sahaba, Tabi'in, Taba Tabi'in, Ulama, Mufassirin, Muhaddisin.
I wish to ask the Qadianis, can you show me where this is mentioned? This is to Razi. This is to Mayor Mind Reader, whatever he calls himself. And
Mind Muslim
Saifi,
here.
and all of them, all of them, all of them. All of the Qadianis. Could you show me where this is mentioned in the Quran and in the Hadith? एक हदीस जो मेरे को शो करो.
नहीं कर सकते.
Which is the second challenge. Mirza Gulam wrote in Shaitani Kazan, volume 19, page 47, in Kishti Nu, page 49. It is included in the Muslim belief that in the last era, Akhri Zamana, thousands of Muslims will be Jewish-like characters. Yeah, Jewish-like character, and this prophecy exists in many places in the Holy Quran.
Astaghfirullah. He's lying on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yeah, he is. Can you show me where in the Quran does it say this? No, Razi, Ahmadi answers. You so-called Ahmadi answers. You call yourself. Answer this.
They do streams on YouTube.
You know, no Qadyanis are able to answer this. No Qadyani can answer this. No Qadyani.
And they still want to be a Qadyani. Because money.
Now, in regards to a person who lies, Mirza Gulam Qadyani himself wrote in Ruhani Kazan, Shaitani Kazan, volume 23, page 231, Shasma al Marifat, page 222, when someone is proven a liar in one thing, then he is no longer reliable in other matters. And then he says in volume 17, page 407, Mirza himself saying, and Arba'in, page number 65, telling a lie is not the lesser evil than to be an apostate.
The hell?
Mirza is saying if someone lies, according to him, he's not worthy of listening. He's not even worthy to listen. I've asked Mirzayat, there are two lies here. Two known lies, he has said. Now, I'm going to say something. Mirza says here, look at this highlighted part. Yeah, Brother Jawad. Yeah? Mirza writes, after saying this above thing, Mirza lied 2 times. I've shown you 2 lies. Now listen to the third lie. In fact, I've shown you 4 lies. Where Mirza said, I was shocked to see Quran, Makkah, Medina, and Qadyan. That Qadyan is also mentioned in the Quran as an honored place. I shown that earlier. That's a lie. There's no such thing as Qadyan in the Quran. Yeah?
No.
So,
Masjid al-Aqsa is mentioned there.
Yeah, Masjid al-Aqsa, but not Qadyan. So there's 4. He lied on the Quran 4 times. Now let's leave what he says here on the Hadith and Quran. He says in Shaitani Kazan, volume 17, page 53, and again in Shaitani Kazan, volume 17, Arba'in, page 404. The prophecies of the Holy Quran and Hadith certainly had to be fulfilled, in which it was written that when the promised Messiah will appear, he will be persecuted by the Muslim ulama. They will declare him a kafir, issue fatwa to kill him. He will be extremely abused. He will be declared out of the folds of Islam and be considered to be a destroyer of deen.
He's talking about himself.
I wish to ask you, where is this in the Quran and Hadith? Now, put aside the Hadith for now. Where is this in the Quran? Where is this mentioned? He's lying. No. He said Quran. This is mentioned in the Quran. Where is it? Jawad Bhai He's a student of knowledge, far greater than me in knowledge in regards to the Quran. He'll tell you there's no such thing as this in the Quran. I wish to ask you, Qadyanis, what are you following? If if he himself saying if one person is proven as a liar in one thing, he's not even reliable in other matters. One thing. By the way, I've shown you four lies. Four lies. Look, he's saying it. When someone is proven as a liar in one thing, then he is not reliable. Mirza's own criteria. I'm showing you Mirza's own criteria. If one person is proven as a liar in one thing according to himself, then he's no longer reliable. I've shown you four things he lied in on the Quran, the word of Allah. That's kufr what he's saying. Anyway, yeah. Then Mirza doesn't stop there. Mirza doesn't stop there. Now I'm going to show you something else he lied in. Let's see what he says. Let's see what he says. Let's see what he says. You know, may Allah Azza wa Jal protect us from Qadyaniyat. I don't even understand how these people even believe this guy. So Mirza says in Ruhani Khazain, Shaitani Khazain, volume 19, page 5, Kishti and Nu, page 7, footnote attached. And also remember that in the Holy Quran and even some books of the Torah, this news exists that in the time of the promised Messiah, there will be a plague. Even Hadrat Masih alayhi salam gave this news in the Injil, and it is impossible that the prophecies of the prophets retreat. In the time of the Messiah, the occurring plague is mentioned in the following books of the Bible: Zechariah 14:12, Matthew 24:7, Revelations 22:8. First of all, I just wish to mention, put aside the Injil and the Torah which exist today. We don't really care about those books. Yeah, they're not, you know, authentic. They're not the authentic books. Yeah, the current Bible and that, they've been messed around. There may be some truths in there, but we don't use that as a criteria. But
Yeah.
as Muslims, he mentioned the Holy Quran, which is the untainted word of Allah. That no one is the preserved word of Allah revealed on the blessed tongue of Rasulullah. He says this is mentioned in the Quran. Where is this mentioned in the Quran? Where is this mentioned? Could a Qadyani show me? 5 lies. I've shown you 5. 5. I'm going to show you a sixth one, which will be more than enough for anybody with a brain from the
Yeah.
Qadyanis to see. Where Mirza Gulam Qadyani, uh, sorry, I put it here somewhere. Here. Now I'm going to show you something else. In Rohani Khazain, where he's mentioned this, right here, right at the top. By
अगर
itself.
कुरान ने मेरा नाम इब्ने मरियम नहीं रखा तो मैं झूठा हूँ. He says if in the Quran my name is called Ibn Maryam, then I am a liar.
Oh boy! This is the sixth lie. 6 lies.
Yeah. And number 7 in the next slide. Let me read it. Okay.
This one.
मैंने ये दावा हरगिज नहीं किया कि मैं मसीह इब्न मरियम हूँ. जो शख्स ये इल्जाम मेरे पे लगा दे वो दूसरा वो सरासर मुफ्तरी और कज़ाब है. But he's a liar who say I am मसीह इब्न मरियम.
Oh boy. What's going on? What's going on? Look
Yeah.
at this. He lied. He's lied twice
Yeah.
here.
He said I am Ahmad referred in the Quran. You know the ayat? There would come a prophet whose name is Ahmad.
Ismuhu Ahmad. Yeah, I
Yes,
know.
Muhammad Ahmad.
I know.
He
But
said, take out the Gulam. I am Ahmad in referred in the Quran. Ataullah Shah Bukhari, the Deobandi scholar, said, take Ata out of my name. I am Allah who made you prophet.
look at this.
Who made
Ruhani
you
Khazain,
prophet if I am Allah?
Ruhani Khazain, volume 19, page 98, Tofa al-Nadwa by Mirza Qadyani. If Quran has not named me Ibn Maryam, then I am a liar.
Yeah.
And then
7
in
lies exposed in this stream. Alhamdulillah.
seven
Yeah.
lies. I don't have to
Allah
prove
for a
anything else.
reason.
There's so much more. There's so much more. Look, there's so much more here. So much more.
Yeah.
So much. Look at this
We
lies.
will
Look at this.
continue this in the next stream, inshallah. Azawajal.
Look,
There's
even
so much to
this.
cover
Look,
on this.
Tadkira. Look what he said in Tadkira.
Line number 8. I will either die in Makkah or in Medina. Then what happened? He died in the toilet while shitting.
Allah Akbar. Allah. I don't have to do anything.
Yeah. Mirza is enough for the Qadyanis.
I have shown 7 lies in the stream. I have shown him
Eight,
insulting
eight,
Sayyidina
eight.
Rasul. 8. Shown 8 lies in the stream. I have shown Mirza Gulam Qadyani claiming to be the Khalik, claiming to be God, claiming that he became God and God became him and that divinity was in him. Then he also said God promised him he'll descend on Qadian. I don't know how he's going to descend. Then he also claimed that God can make mistakes, multiple mistakes, astaghfirullah. God was telling him. Then Mirza said, me and Muhammad are one, and I am the second Baruzi form of Muhammad, astaghfirullah, insulting the Prophet. Then saying that Prophet failed to complete the mission. Astaghfirullah lazim. Kufr. You know, the amount of blasphemy this man has done in 1 hour and 30 minutes, I've destroyed Qadyanism.
Yeah.
I've destroyed
In
it.
1.5 hours, we destroyed him.
1.5 hours. These statements, they have no answer to it. I have shown you that Mirza Ghulam Qadyani died as a kafir, murtad. He's got a very special place in Jahannam. Allah's kept for him.
Yeah.
So I implore my Qadyani, sincere Qadyanis, not the ones who are stuck to it, those who are researching, who watch this stream, take your shahadat and accept Islam. Don't delay. Accept Islam. Follow Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and call this man a kafir. He deserves to be called a kafir. He doesn't deserve any respect. You know, this
Yeah.
man has insulted the Prophet ﷺ, has insulted Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam, has insulted Sayyidina Fatima, Sayyidina Ali. I showed the statements of him insulting Sayyidina Imam Hussein and Sayyidina Imam Ali. He insulted Sayyidina Abu Huraira radiyallahu anhuma. He insulted him, called him a dobi or something. Yeah. He also insulted Sayyidina Rasulullah Pak Sallallahu himself, but his Ahl al Bayt. He also insulted Allah. He didn't even leave Allah. And Qadyanis, those who are in TikTok, who have got me banned on TikTok, you thought I would stop. I will still show this kufriyats of Mirza. I'll keep posting on my TikTok page the kufriyats, and I'll keep tagging you. You've got to give me an answer. We are not going to talk about Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam and Inna mutawafika wa rafiuka ilay that you love to talk about, and even don't even understand the what tawaffa has 3 meanings, and the literal meaning of tawaffa is to take in full. You know, and
They
when it's
don't know. They don't even know Arabic, brother.
they don't. I
How
know
would
they don't.
how would they
I've
interpret
already
it?
refuted them. I have shown you that the position of the ulama of tafsir, Imam al-Jarir al-Tabari, Imam al-Razi, Imam Ibn Qasir, and many other mufassirin, I've shown them all that they mentioned the narration of Sayyidina Hassan al-Basiri through the Prophet ﷺ, in which he said to the Jews, do not say you have killed Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam, for he will return to you before the day of judgment.
Yeah.
Rasulullah himself said this. You
It's
know?
in Bukhari also.
Yeah, I know.
وَالَّذِي نَفْسِي بِيَدِهِ.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
was the narration number? I can quote it. I have Bukhari with me right now.
Bismillah. Go ahead. If you can screen share it, Bismillah.
No, I have the no, in hard copy.
You can take a video it, inshallah. So I'll make your screen big.
Wait a minute.
Let me
Said,
maximize it. There you go.
let me find. Let me find these. Where are you, brother?
Yeah, I've got it ready for you.
Wait, wait. Wait a minute. Let me find. is a hadith. Yeah, Bukhari 3448. Let me share screen it. I can share screen also. Share screen. Bukhari. Can I show my screen here?
Yes, there.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. Walladhi nafsi biyadihi. Allah said by him whose hand my soul is. Surely Jesus, the son of Mary, will soon descend amongst you and will judge mankind, justify the just ruler. He will break the cross and kill the pigs, and there will be no jizya taken from the non-Muslims. أن ينزل فيكم ابن مريم حكما عادلا
Hmm.
فيكسر الصليب ويقتل الخنزير ويدع الجزية, and he will not take jizya from the non-Muslims. Here in the Hadith of Bukhari 3448.
Jazakallah. So I'm gonna say something before I close off
Yeah,
the stream in a
yeah.
few minutes.
Can I intervene today?
Sure, sure.
So Qadyanis return to Islam, I will say.
Hmm.
Look at the kufriyat of your false prophet and return to Islam. May Allah guide us to the right path. وَمَا
Ameen.
عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينُ.
Ameen. I will say this to the Qadyanis, the sincere one among you, those who are researching. I suggest you look at this video and see the kufriyats I've shown, and if you wish to join this Discord server, which I've created for the purpose of da'wah to the Qadyani, the sincere ones, give you the link, generate a link, and copy it onto the Qadyani. Uh, Sorry, copy it in my stream where people can join my Discord server. Those who view watch this video, and all of the scan pages and everything is in my server as you've seen it. I'm always updating with new research and showing more and more kufriyats day by day of Mirza Gulam Qadyani. May Allah Azza wa Jal grant hidayat to the sincere Qadyanis and protect innocent Muslims from falling into the Jaliyun, falling into the deceivement. Jazakallah tabarakallah for joining. Jawad Bhai and other brothers and sisters who are present or watching.
There is only one viewer today.